Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I have gotten questions so many times asking me, do you know what Monster High is? Have you ever collected Monster High? Do you own any Monster High? What are your thoughts on Monster High? And I thought it would be really fun to make a video kind of explaining my history with this doll line and what I think of them, especially since they are another doll line that is coming out with another reboot this year, which is super exciting for all my Monster High friends that collect them and love them and everything. Like, I'm really genuinely excited for you guys. So I have my coffee, I'm ready to go, and we're just gonna, dive right into the ghouls. So Monster High came out literally the year after I stopped collecting American Girl, and I think the year they came out, I only got Bratz for probably Christmas and my birthday, if I was still getting them then. So I really wouldn't have even paid attention to them, and I did not know about them when they were, still being sold in stores and everything like that. So when I got back into dolls at the end of 2019, I started with American Girl, as you guys know, and I found the channel 1,000 Splendid Dolls. So Shelly and Colleen, if you ever see this, I love you guys. You're absolutely amazing. And I discovered their giant Bratz collection. And so then I started, going down the rabbit hole of watching Bratz collection videos and Bratz restoration videos. And I was like, yes, I would like to find my childhood Bratz collection. Well, if you're new here, we don't know where my childhood Bratz went. So that was kind of a sad thing. But I, again, went back to 1,000 Splendid Dolls, and I began watching their restoration videos, and then I discovered their Monster High collection, and I was like, whoa, these things are cool. Now, when I was a kid, I don't know if I would have been allowed to collect these dolls per se, just because they kind of they had a bit more of a I don't want to say darker look to them, but I mean they're monsters, okay? So I was only allowed to have Bratz after I got a little bit older. So I'm not quite sure. My parents don't even know what these dolls are, so I don't know if I'd ever ask them, do you think I would have been allowed to collect these? Because I don't think so. But then again, after I was a little bit older, I was allowed to watch the Twilight movies, and I was a big fan of the Twilight movies. It wasn't something my mom would have typically let us watch, but she actually liked the Twilight movies and stuff. And I think it was just because we were my mom and I were mainly focused on the love story instead of the vampire aspect, because we were never really into the whole supernatural thing growing up. And I'm still not a big fan of that, even though I love the Twilight movies. I have I've seen the entire Vampire Diaries and stuff like that. But that's kind of what I associate Monster High with. Especially because of the fact that after I started watching all these YouTube videos and stuff, I went ahead and I watched several of the episodes, and I watched a couple of the movies, and I really wanted to familiarize myself with this whole Monster High culture thing, because a ton of people in the doll collecting community were still talking about it, even though these dolls had been off shelves for a couple years now. So I really thought Frankie was going to be the one that I connected with and loved, and she wasn't. It was Draculaura, and I think that's just because of my association to Twilight and the Vampire Diaries, and the fact that Draculaura is the pink and black doll. That's her color scheme, and if you guys don't know, those are my two favorite colors. So and Draculaura has the cutest voice and personality, and she's adorable. So I wanted to go ahead and see if I could find a Monster High doll, because I didn't want to go ahead and buy a huge lot, because I didn't know if I was going to like them. So I wanted to see if I can buy one. I wanted to get one new in box so I could have that fresh unboxing experience. And I thought maybe I'd get a Frankie. Well, no. So then I started looking for Draculauras. I couldn't find one new in box that really spoke to me. So then I started looking into the cats, because if you guys don't know, I'm a crazy cat lady. And so I was like, okay, Torlei's kind of cool, but not all of Torlei's dolls have long hair, and I really like dolls with long hair. Well, I came across Scarus Catrine Demue, and if you don't know, I love Paris. My entire dorm room freshman year, I had it decked out in Paris decor and things like that. So it was perfect. So I went ahead and I bought her. I think she was $40 brand new in box, and I had her for a year, I think. and she was my only Monster High doll, and I never did anything with her. She just kind of chilled out on her stand and stuff, because at that point I was really into American Girl. I bought a whole bunch of Bratz to restore, and I went ahead and I restored those, and I sold them, just to make a little bit of extra money and stuff like that. So I went and I sold all those Bratz after I restored them. And then Catrine just kind of sat there. And I was like, I feel really bad, but I'm not connecting with you at all. So I went ahead and I sold her. And that is when Rainbow High came out. And I was totally against them, completely wanted nothing to do with them. I was clearly an idiot because, as you guys know, I now own every Rainbow High doll that's ever been released to date, except for a few, but you guys know those exceptions if you've been here for a while. But I fell in love with Rainbow High, and they kind of took over my smaller doll collecting, I don't know. So with that all being said, I want to share with you guys kind of some of my favorites from the Monster High franchise, though, because in all honesty, I do love them. I really, really do. And I'm going to talk about if I will collect them in a minute. But after watching the episodes and movies and things like that, I have not seen all of them by any means. But I love the 13 Wishes movie. I absolutely love it. And with that being said, it actually corresponds with my favorite Monster High doll line, and that is the 13 Wishes doll line. And there is a second place. I have a second runner-up for my favorite doll line, and it is Freak du Chic, because my favorite Monster High doll ever is Freak du Chic Torlai. And this is a doll that I have on alerts for eBay and Mercari and things like that, because I want her brand new in box. I don't know if I'd leave her in the box. I might actually do that. And that's crazy because I'm not an inbox collector at all. But I think she is the prettiest Monster High doll to ever exist. And if any of you own her, can you please just let me know down below if she really is that awesome? Because I just stare at her and I'm like, you are incredible. I'm just going to throw this out there really quickly. My favorite, original doll is Abby, because, Abby in the show is literally amazing, and her doll is so beautiful looking. I wanted to put this in here because I love Abby. She's so cool. So now begs the question, will I be collecting these dolls? Especially since they are getting this big reboot in 2022. So the answer is, I don't think so. And the reason why is because I've stated multiple times, I was big into Bratz as a kid, and I was so excited for the Bratz reboot, and I've only purchased Chloe and Yasmin. Those are my favorites from the basic line. I would love to get all the Rock Angels and, of course, the Sweetheart Megan. If you guys don't know, my Bratz collection as an adult is very small, and I think if I were to ever collect Monster High, it would kind of be the same as the way I collect Bratz and OMG. With that meaning, I only collect the ones that really appeal to me and when I am financially able to do so. With Monster High, since their limbs do detach, and if you ever want to buy them secondhand, A, they can be extremely expensive, and B, they can come without a lot of their limbs and accessories and things like that. Same with Bratz, because they're feet. So you could purchase them and they would only have nubs and no feet. So that's kind of a thing, just the price point, how expensive they are, and the fact that, you could pay this money for them and they're missing limbs and things like that. So yes, it would be easier for me just to get them in stores brand new, the reboot versions, but I don't know. I did that with Bratz, and it's kind of just, I really want to focus on the collections that appeal to me the most, and right now I have decided that I will be focusing exclusively on Rainbow High and American Girl, and with Rainbow High I mean Shadow High as well. I will of course pay attention to all the Monster High news, and I will definitely be looking at the reboot dolls in stores. If there's ever a sale and one of the reboot dolls happens to really, really appeal to me, I might possibly pick her up, but it just kind of depends on how I feel about the doll and things like that. I also really don't have the room to collect another doll line, but All in all, I love Monster High. I think they're really cool. If I would have collected them as a kid or, been around, if I would have known what they were when I was younger, I think I would be way more excited for this whole reboot thing. Kind of like that's how I felt when the Bratz reboot was announced. But, I don't have that nostalgic attachment that a lot of my friends do, but that doesn't mean I don't like these dolls. Like I said, I love them. I think they're a really cool, unique concept. I think the whole entire franchise is really awesome. And I'm very, I'm hoping that this reboot can kind of, bring back some serious nostalgia and memories for all of you lovely people that collected them in the past. I'm very excited for you guys. So I might pick one up. Who knows? There might be a Monster High unboxing on this channel. Not quite sure yet. Maybe it could be Freak Du Chic Torlai. I don't know. I haven't found her for a good price yet. But those are my thoughts, just kind of in a nutshell. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do this, but the best way I do things is if I just sit down, hit record, and start talking and just say stuff that comes to mind. And those videos tend to be a little bit longer like this one, but I really wanted you guys to know how I felt about this doll line, because at the end of the day, I really do like them. But I just, I think financially and space-wise, and I don't want to get to the point where I have way too many dolls and I don't want to feel overwhelmed. That's not saying if you have a big collection, that's bad. That's just, for me, yes, my collections are kind of large. They're getting larger, but I have a personal connection with each doll. So, with literally all of that being said, I'm really happy for you guys that love Monster High. I cannot wait to see all of you add to your collections and watch them grow, and I really hope these reboot dolls are everything you guys are hoping for. If you guys would like to see me do this with any other doll line, let me know down below, because I thought this was kind of a fun little, insight into how I feel about certain doll lines that I do not have in my collection. So just leave those suggestions down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to join the fam, and tap that really cool notification bell so you can know the exact moment I post a new video. Have a blessed day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everybody.